Hello and welcome to Captain Cap Reviews. I'm your host, Captain Cap, and it's Halloween, a great excuse to make a spooky video. And what could be spookier than spooky songs from video games? Even outside the context of these games, these songs could be the most atmospheric and bone-chilling sounds that I've ever heard. And so, I've replayed several games, I listened to a variety of soundtracks from a variety of different games, and made this list. But before we go any further, I want to make something very clear. What may scare me may not scare you, so please take my opinion with a grain of salt. And some pepper if you're so inclined. Heck, I used to be scared of Spooky Spook from the Numberjacks when I was little, so yeah. And also, save this video for the dead of the night with a good pair of headphones and prepare for the nightmares. For number 10, I think I'll start off with something simple. And what could be simpler than the Game Boy from the 80s? And on said console was a game called Wireland Free. A mediocre but decent game. And there's one track from this game that always sticks out in my mind, and that is The Forest of Fear. It's not too far off from where I am now. And in this so-called Forest of Fear is a very simple 8-bit song, with soft and foreboding beats with progressively long pauses, and it makes you feel that you're delving deeper and deeper into a forest that you are not welcome in. You know, plants like these remind me of Pikmin, a charming little game for the GameCube about a spaceman who crashes on an alien world and the plant creatures help him repair his ship. A charming and very interesting game, that is, until you get to Pikmin 2. And you come across the Submerged Castle, and in this Submerged Castle is a song that will guarantee to give you a sinking feeling. The song is composed of metal knocks and ominous humming, and it drones and drones and drones, and it's very, very sinister. So far, we've covered songs that make us feel uncomfortable, unsettled, but how many songs actively take us over? And I think the only song that can do that is Mantis's hymn from Metal Gear Solid. Now, Metal Gear is already a tense game as you're one man against a battalion of security guards with very little equipment, but at least you can plan out your approach. But when this song plays, you have no such privilege, as this song in long play sessions can actually be used in mind control. It's strangely soothing with an ominous distorted choir that subtly digs its way into your brain, and it gives me the absolute chills. Coming in at number 7 is the Valley from Majora's Mask, which I have made a few videos on. Now, Akana Valley is the last location in the game, and it's a desolate wasteland inhabited by the undead. And it makes sense that it has the scariest song in the entire game, at least in my opinion. It has very loud and very deep piano keys and a sinister choir, and it's very unwelcoming. It sounds like the spirits are churning and lamenting inside the dust of the wasteland. And there's also these grace periods of a flute, a subtle glance at the former glory of the land and the sorrow of the inhabitants. And it never fails to make the hair on the back of my neck stand up on end. Chrono Trigger, one of the greatest Super Nintendo, if not the greatest, role-playing games ever made. To its music, to its characters, and art style by Akira Toriyama, after playing this role-playing masterpiece, I went through the usual motions of a role-playing game, but I didn't expect to feel unnerved, unsettled. It wasn't the impending doom brought on by Lavos, or the desolate future. It was all thanks to one song called Strains of Insanity. The song is composed of one continuous string note, mixed in with cawing in the background. Sometimes, if you listen closely, it sounds like a maniac laughing, someone trapped inside a mask sobbing hysterically, or it could be just a crow. At least, that's what I hear when I listen to it. I dread to think what you would think of it. Abandoned buildings are creepy, aren't they? And it makes you wonder, who built it? What happened so long ago that left it in such disrepair? And I think the perfect song that captures this feeling is the Old Chateau from Pokemon Platinum. Now, Pokemon is no stranger to creepy music, to its caves, to the radio song inside the Elf Ruins, and also Lavender Town. I had considered putting that or Pokemon Towers theme on this list, but I had to go with the Old Chateau, as it was the first ever song to really freak me out. It has synthetic instruments that add to the unnatural atmosphere, and the chorus adds a new layer of paranoia. And if this was played at any abandoned building, I wouldn't go anywhere near it. Have you ever wondered what lies in the depths of a lake? What kind of treasures lie in the harsh blue? But let me tell you something, it's not worth it, as this next song is called River Twig's Bed. And this song, unlike the rest of the songs I've talked about, have no structure. It's just an onslaught of distorted audio, and it just builds and builds and fades away to nothing. Just like the final breath of a drowning person. We're on the top 3 now, the 3 anthems of my nightmares. And this next song comes from a game which literally is a nightmare, Bloodborne. Based on a Victorian Lovecraftian world, it's filled with the brim with bloodlust, celestial beings, and just outright hopelessness. And if you ever wanted to ask me what a nightmare sounded like, I would point to Yahagul, Hail to the Nightmare. This song has hellish amounts of choir, deep choirs, and it fills you to the absolute brim with fear and paranoia. It makes you feel, in an action game of all things, that you're out of your depth. You should die. You don't belong here. So far, the songs that we've covered so far usually belong to a scary character or a scary place. Not this time, I'm afraid, as this next song helps emphasize your wrongdoing, and it comes from a little indie RPG called Undertale. And in this game, you have the choice between being a pacifist or a murderer. And if you chose the latter half, well, eventually you'll receive the message, but nobody came, which is the same name as the song. And it's deep, melodic, and foreboding, and it may make you regret your actions or revel in them as you continue on your mission towards genocide. And now we have my number one. Now, this is a song that inspires so much dread and fear. More specifically, the fear of being forgotten. So much so that I'm actually struggling to describe it to you. Imagine if you're falling through a hole, and even when you reach the bottom, there's still more to fall through. And the song falls under the name The Cliff That Time Forgotten from Earthbound. This song is constantly foreboding. It rises and rises, then dips, and fades away to nothing. In context of the game, the cliff that time forgotten is the lair of the alien threat Gygus, an intangible alien hell-bent on destroying everything. And most people are scared of his theme. But if you ask me, I feel like whatever comes to mind is often worse than what is to come.